What is up, and welcome to another episode of the Hot Corner. I should let Tugboat open this just because he's in a way better mood than I would be. But nonetheless, start this show off by saying congrats to Tugboat and the Los Angeles Dodgers for their amazing World Series performance. Good job, man. How's it feel?
It's about time, dude. It's about time. Uh, the greatest feeling of my life. That was the greatest day of my life so far. But yeah, I mean,
Damn,
just
those are bold words.
just what the feeling I got watching those guys celebrate was just it's indescribable, man. Like, just I mean, I've been a Dodger fan as long as I can remember. I've been alive for 25 years. I'd say about 20 of those years I remember. Um, so dating all the way back to 2004 was the first time they made the postseason in our lifetime, in my lifetime. 2004 was the first time they made the postseason. I remember every single opponent that they lost to from 2004 to 2019. Like, I remember what game it was. I remember how, like, it's just all the heartbreak and disappointment. And then not only that, but the years in between where they didn't make the playoffs,
Yeah.
where they were
People
under
forget that.
500. It's just like, oh man, like just disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, and then finally, like just I was just so happy. Like, I cried. I'll be honest with you, I cried.
I believe you.
And then when Kershaw held the trophy, I cried even more. I'm like, bro, like there's no one else on the Dodger team more than Clayton Kershaw that deserves this championship. Like, especially for all the treatment he's gotten the past, he's been with the Dodgers for 13 years, the past 12 years, all the treatment he's gotten, all the banter, all the Kershaw choke Shaw, can't get it done in the big game, Bumgarner's better than him. For
It
him
is
to
legit.
finally,
It is legit been like a love-hate relationship.
with a lot of people, yeah, but not only just like some Dodger fans too, are like, no, like fuck you, Kershaw, like that's like, nah, man, like he's been our guy, he's been loyal to us. Like, he could have left a long time ago and gone and won a championship somewhere else. But he stood by us, the team that drafted him out of high school, and he stood by them, and he signed a contract, and he signed another contract. After his biggest contract was up, he signed another 3-year deal. Says, hey, I'm gonna win a championship here. And for him to finally do it, it's just, God, man, it's so, like, I'm so happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I mean, I'm happy for all the Dodgers, but for him most, man, because he deserves it, man. That was the one thing he was missing. Because Kershaw, I mean, I'm sure you agree with me, and a lot of people agree with me. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, he's done so many things. He's broken so many records. And then won all the personal accolades. He's won a Cy Young. He's won 3 Cy Youngs. He's
Mm-hmm.
won the MVP. He's won the ERA titles. He has all the strikeouts. He has this, and that was the one thing that he was missing was the postseason success and the World Series title. And he finally had both. He had the
Mm-hmm.
postseason success. He was 4-1 this postseason.
Yeah.
No, I think he was 4-0.
Yeah. Oh wait, he never lost. That's
Yeah, I
right.
don't think he lost. He might have been 4-0 this postseason. Um, you know, and then actually, you know what? No, he was 4-1. He lost one of the games against Atlanta. But anyways, just he finally had the success, and then that game in game 2 or game 1, I'm sorry, against the Rays, shut them out, and then in game 5 again after that terrible loss in game 4, that just blew my mind. Like, I just couldn't believe what I saw. Like,
Yeah.
I was sitting right here, like, just I punched the wall. I don't know if you can see my knuckles; it's still a little
Yeah.
bloody. I fucking punched the wall. Like, I was just so just mind blown. And to be honest with you, I was telling everybody that was at my house, I'm like, that's it. The series is over. Like, we lost. I just And then they reminded me, like, hey, we got Kershaw tomorrow. We got Kershaw tomorrow. Like, he's gonna get us back up, because I it's hard for teams to come back after that, right? Like, think about that. Like, just such a like a deflating loss like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for a team to come back the next day and just pretend like it never happened. And the Dodgers did a great job of that. They interviewed a lot of the guys, and they said, hey, after that game, as soon as we left the clubhouse, it was over with. It's gone. That's it. Let's move on to the next day. And I feel like the entire team did a great job of that. Coming back in Game 5, Kershaw just shoving, getting through that game. And then in Game 6, thank God for Kevin Cash. I mean, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of analytics. Because of analytics.
But did you see John Boy's breakdown?
Oh no, but I haven't seen it. I saved it though. I was gonna watch it.
You gotta check it out, man. It's just like, I'll give you a little quick rundown of it. So like Mookie,
go for it.
Like Mookie struggled against left-handed pitching all season, and it's weird because right-handed hitters are usually good against left-handed pitching, but Mookie hit like 211 against lefties all year, and then they're gonna bring in a righty, so Mookie off of fastballs against a righty hit like 392. And the guy who they brought in, Nick Anderson, throws like 74% fastball.
Yep.
And he's a righty. So that just plays totally against the analytics. It's like, all right, Mookie struggled against a lefty. I have a lefty on the mound. He's already stricken him out twice today.
Twice.
Now I'm gonna bring in a righty who throws 74% of his pitches are fastballs, and Mookie hits, 392 against fastballs off a righty. Like, I don't know, man. It completely goes away from, if you want to say analytics, like it's a complete opposite. It's like the analytics should say, let's keep Snell in and let's see if we can get us out of this, because there was already one out in the inning, and then he gave up the hit to Barnes, and then he had the top of the order who the 1, 2, and 3 guys, Mookie, Seager, and Turner, were 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts for the game against Snell.
Yeah, it was insane. I mean, he was pitching a gem.
Absolute gem. That was the second hit he'd allowed all game, the hits of Barnes. And
man, like we say, the Rays and the Rays Athletics, they're kind of the main teams that like really, really rely heavily on in analytics.
Yeah.
And the analytics say, hey, Snell hasn't pitched past the 5th inning or anything after. Like, he hasn't even seen a 6th inning all season long. All season long. So they say, hey, you know what? It's a good idea to just take him out just because he hasn't seen the 6th inning. But then the analytics show you, hey, if you're going to take him out for another lefty. But God forbid they do that, because why would you take out a lefty and put in another lefty when the first lefty is throwing a fucking throwing one of the best World Series performances ever? Right? You can just say that. It is unbelievable. And then there's just time. There's a time in every manager's career where you got to put your foot on the ground and say, I don't give a shit what the numbers say. I don't give a shit what people say. This guy's throwing a gem, and I'm leaving him out there until he has nothing left. I don't care about, it's because he came off of surgery and he's working his way. He had the whole season to work his way back. Yeah. He's back. Yeah. As you can see, he's fucking back. And this guy was won a Cy Young Award. It's not like, oh man, this is his first year. It's something crazy. He's shown people in the past that, hey, I could do this. Let me go. He's supposed to be your ace. Let him be your ace and let him go 6, 7, and keep a close eye. And you would think, okay, Mookie's up. Let him. He's had great success with Mookie. Let him handle Mookie, and then maybe we'll go from there. And then you have another lefty in Seager. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, he got on base. All right, let's take him out. Then you work your way out. But this is what's I don't want to say this is what's wrong with baseball
It's
because
bad. It's
analytics.
definitely bad for the sport, though.
But if you think about it, the analytics is what got the Rays there.
Yeah.
And so their mindset was, hey, we got here because of our numbers, because of our analytics. We can't back down from it now. Because God knows if they leave him in there and for some reason Mookie figures it out because Mookie's already had plenty of at bats against Snell. He hits okay in that series. In that game, 2 strikeouts, yes. But career-wise, he was hitting about 300 against Snell. So you look at it and say, if they were to back off and say, leave him in there, and Mookie gets another home run like he did, then that's when they're going to be like, fuck, man, we should have just stuck with our analytics, stuck with our number. But baseball is a game of having that eye test. Like visually, this guy's looking good. You keep him in there. And I don't know if it's not the worst thing in sports, but it is something that some teams rely too much on.
Yeah. And like I was telling people, like this is the first time where it's not the Dodgers making the mistake. It's not Dave Roberts making the big mistake because in the past, it's been Dave Roberts leaving Kershaw in too long, or Dave Roberts bringing in Jansen in the 9th inning, or Dave Roberts bringing in Kershaw in the 7th last year against the Nats, and then letting him go out there for the 8th again. It's like, it's always the Dodgers. It's always Dave Roberts making the move, and now it was finally someone else who said, "No, Dave, we're not going to let you fuck this up. We'll fuck it up for us." And unfortunately, it played out and it worked out for us. It sucks for the Rays, sucks for their fans. To be honest with you, I wanted to see a Game 7 just because I wanted to see Buehler one more time. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that we did it because I don't know if I would have been able to handle that stress. I'm glad that they wanted in 6. There's only one knock that I have on this entire World Series run, and that was that I wish I would give anything for that Game 6 because it should have been played at Dodger Stadium in front of 56,000 people. Like, I cannot imagine what that would have felt like. You bet your ass I would have been there, clean shaven and all.
Do what you got to do.
I would have been there, and it just it sucks. But at the end of the day, it's the cards that you're drawn, and that's what we had to do, what they had to do, and a lot of people are right. Like this could have been a harder championship to win because some people want to put an asterisk on it and say 60-game season, expanded playoffs, but it's harder. I mean, I see the argument of both sides, and I understand the argument of both sides, and at the end of the day, you're not going to take away that feeling that the Dodgers had. You're not going to take away a world title. I mean, I'll tell you one thing: this World Championship is more valid than the 2017 World Championship. That's for sure. I mean,
it's weird because people always talk about, oh, this is this was an easy road for the Dodgers or whatever. Fuck no, it wasn't, because in any other year, there's not an expanded playoffs. There's not like more chances for those borderline teams who, are really scary to go up against. Those teams, like, maybe they have injuries early on and they struggle, and then they just, the cards aren't in their favor. So it's when people say, "Oh no, this was easier for them," or "This was an asterisk," like I don't think so, because everybody went through the same exact thing.
Yeah,
everybody had to, lose. Everybody lost guys. Everybody, not there wasn't a team out there that 100% of their guys were, there, or because of injury or because of the COVID or whatever the case may be. Everybody battled through their, things. The Marlins battled through it. The Cardinals battled through it. Dodgers, trading for Price and him not being there. Who knows what that could have been like? But it opened up opportunities for other guys to, succeed and, have a chance. So, there's so many different variables.
Yeah.
But the one thing I know for sure is that 162 games, 60 games, 10 games, 15, whatever, the Dodgers are going to be in the playoffs. It was just the rest of the teams that who else was going to be in the dance? Who else was going to be in the ball? Because for sure, without a doubt, 162, 100, 50, 20, 30, one fucking game. I know that the Dodgers were going to be there.
And I feel like this, regardless of the shortened season, the teams that belonged were the teams that were there. Like, think about it. Like, let's say we would have had a 162 game season. At the end of the day, I would have seen the Dodgers play in Atlanta in the NLCS, and if not Atlanta, maybe San Diego. I mean, and they played San Diego.
But
they
you
played
saw 'em.
Atlanta. Yeah. Maybe the Cubs. I don't know. The Cubs, I mean, they got knocked out by the Marlins, who got hot at the right time. And then you look at the American League, and it's like, all right, the Astros, I mean, again, they're a great team.
They weren't supposed to be there.
They weren't supposed to be there, but in a 162-game season, I think they would have been there. I think they would have
I
been
don't
there.
know. To be honest, I don't think so.
Really?
I think you look at what happened. Verlander goes down, and
They
they
lose
have
Cole.
Greinke, and then Greinke was for some reason started off hot, then struggled hard. McCullers was always up and down. Their offense wasn't even that great. You look at the guys that were hitting. I don't think any of their so-called superstar players were hitting anywhere near 300
until the postseason.
Yeah,
so maybe the Astros didn't belong, but the Yankees were going to be in the postseason.
Rays
you knew the Rays were going to be in the postseason. Oakland was going to be there. So I mean, I feel like the cards played out the way they would have, regardless of a 60-game season or 162-game season, with the exception of a couple teams. Like I said, the Marlins. Instead of the Marlins, maybe the Phillies make the playoffs in a full season. Instead of the Astros, maybe the Angels make it in a full season. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I feel like the two best teams in baseball, the best record in the American League against the best record in the National League, faced off for the first time in a while. We've seen the 1-1 seed go at it, and I feel like the best team in baseball won. And that's it. I mean, regardless of 60 games, 162 games, you're not going to take away this championship from the Dodgers. I mean, they've waited long enough. We've waited long enough. The city of Los Angeles has waited long enough. So I'm just glad they finally
you can't
did
take anything away.
They finally brought it home, and I'm good. I can die happy.
Okay, so what I want to ask you is, and this, I don't want to say it got blown out of proportion, but I think it was like the right proportion for it to be blown.
I know exactly where you're going with
the
this.
whole
I'm
Justin
ready.
Turner thing.
I'm ready.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, people got so many different stories where people were like, "Oh no, they knew he had COVID and they still let him play." Then not exactly. So what happened was they all took their tests and get sent to the lab or whatever. And during the second inning, it just so happened that the lab was getting Justin Turner's, results, and the results came back inconclusive.
Yes.
And so it wasn't positive, it wasn't negative. But luckily, they ran it again, and they get multiple tests. So they got another test, and they're running it. But during that second inning is when they got the phone call, "Hey, heads up, Justin Turner didn't come back negative, didn't come back positive, so just stay close to the phone."
Mm-hmm.
So they do another test, and sure enough, 8th inning comes, and the lab gets
7th inning.
7th inning comes, and the lab gets the results, and the result says it's positive. They rush to the phone, let MLB know. MLB lets fucking the Dodgers know. Dodgers let Turner know, and they get him out of the game. And what's crazy is Bellinger even said in an interview, he's like, "I didn't even know until the 9th inning, right before Betts hit the home run."
Yeah.
So they didn't really keep it on the up and up. They just kind of grabbed Turner, said, "Get the fuck out of here and stay somewhere. Just isolate yourself."
Yeah.
And sure enough, Dodgers win the World Series. An hour goes by of celebrating. And Turner ends up going back onto the field to celebrate with the team. Where I think after an hour goes by, I think the fans were already gone. Pretty much, it was just family. So the big hoopla, the big fuss everyone's making is how selfish is Turner, knowing that he had a positive test, to go out there, celebrate with his team, and have the fucking balls to take his mask off, sit right next to fucking his coach and right in the front and take the picture with a big ass cheesy smile. I don't know. It was a crazy scene. I don't know what your take on it is. I don't know if you have a home team bias towards this, but this is insane. And all on the last day of the season.
Yes. All on the last day of the season, where MLB had gone like 57 straight days without a positive COVID test.
And the Dodgers didn't have a positive test.
The Dodgers didn't have a positive test all season. And I feel like this is on MLB. Like the bubble didn't work. Clearly. You look at the NBA bubble.
It fucking worked like a charm.
No positive test.
They had positive tests of guys that were coming in.
Yeah.
Like guys were coming into the bubble and they had to wait. But once they were in the bubble, nobody.
Yeah. Now, I just see this as like, okay, you're in a bubble. Like, first of all, I want to know how the fuck you got it. Like, how?
Yes, that's the investigation. I want to know.
Like, how?
Okay, then what if he wasn't following the rules of the bubble?
Possibly, but I think that would have been out there.
No. Because we know, and I don't know if you do know this, is when it comes to the Marlins, there's a big story that's on the hush. I don't know if you know this. So a lot of reporters, a lot of people that are in the in baseball circles where they know for sure, like they're covering the game every day, you know, your Busters and all those other guys, Kirchin, they know the true story of what happened with the Marlins. So they're saying that, and this story isn't out there officially because they don't want it to make a big ass fucking thing. But it turns out that the Marlins decided, their whole fucking team, they decided to just go party. Whether it be at a strip club or a club, some type of club, they were out partying that night.
Florida, Miami is completely open.
Exactly. And baseball does not want that out because they know, at least they didn't want it out then because they knew it was going to fuck everything up and, you know, show that, you know, basketball was better than baseball and that there should be a bubble. And they did not want that. They didn't want a bubble for the whole year. So they kept that on the hush. But going back to Turner, I want to know if it was him not following the rules, because there's different, you know, variables. There's different ways that he could have got it. He didn't, like, let's say he's not following the rules. Let's say his wife, who had it, comes into the bubble and then she got it somehow and gave it to him. But I wouldn't see that because she gets tested as well. And they're not reporting that she's positive for it.
No, not only that, but none of the other players had it.
Or it could have possibly been, who knows, maybe an employee of the hotel that they're staying at, because the hotel employees, they go home. They don't stay in the fucking bubble. They go home and they come back and, you know, they do all the necessary things, which who knows? I don't know.
That was in the MLB bubble. In the NBA bubble, the hotel employees were staying in that bubble.
Oh, it was. It's crazy how they forked out the money.
Yeah, I mean, the NBA paid the hotel employees. They said, "Hey, if you want to be here, you're going to be here, but you can't leave for however many days it was. It was like 2.5 months, where
almost 3 months. Yeah, I guess
almost 3 months. Where you're going to be in this bubble for 3 months. You know, if you want to bring your family in, you can, but you're going to be here and you're not going to leave." And, you know, some employees did, and they got a pretty good hefty paycheck. But MLB, they didn't do that. They didn't say, "Hey, bring your families, do all this," none of that. Said, you can go home, you can do what you want, but, you know, you're going to come to work, you know, whatever. So I feel that's where the MLB lacked. But on to your question, to your point of how I feel about Turner, this is my thing. Okay, so call it selfish, we'll call it whatever you want. But if I'm Justin Turner and we're in the seventh inning of a World Series game, and my team just took the lead. By the way, we just took it's up. We're up 2-1. We just took the lead, and I've been around these guys all day. I mean, since yesterday, since the day before, I've been around them all week. I've been around them all day. I've been in the dugout with them all day. I've been giving them high fives. I've been giving everybody fucking high fives. I've been sitting on the same damn bench, touching the same rail, fucking playing catch with the same ball all day. And now I test positive. It's like, okay, fine. Take me out. Take me out of the game. But I'm not leaving this fucking dugout. I'm not leaving this dugout. Like, I'll fucking sit in the corner with a mask on. You can fucking put a fucking astronaut.
You can literally put me in a bubble.
Yes, I'm not leaving this dugout. I don't care what you say. And I'm sure all the Dodgers would have said the same thing. Said, "Hey, leave him in here. Like it's fine. Fuck it. Like this is our last day here. We're about to win the World Series. You know, Justin Turner's been a vital piece for the Dodgers in every year since he's been with the Dodgers in 2013. You know, he's our captain. He's our leader. And for him to not be there when they celebrated, it's fucking heartbreaking, man. Like this guy, all he wanted to do was win a World Series in his hometown. You know, he's born and raised in LA, born and raised in Long Beach. You know, I mean, hometown kid, went to Cal State Fullerton. You know, for him to not be there, like if I'm Turner, I'm not leaving that fucking dugout. I mean, he left, and they said that he cried when he was leaving the dugout. He even said after the game, you know, I had so many emotions. Like I experienced every emotion you can think of. You know, being
You're
escorted
mad,
out
you're
of
sad, you're whatever.
like being
Frustrated.
escorted out of the dugout, and he sat in a room in the hallway with his wife, watching the last out. And you know, like you said, an hour went by, and he's watching the Dodgers celebrate on TV and hold the trophy.
And he just said, "Fuck it," and he just busted out through the door.
Yeah, and apparently, so what in MLB's report, he was very, very like just not compliant.
Oh, he was very adamant. I'm getting the fuck out on the field.
Yes, and
he had the same attitude that you have right now.
And there was no one to stop him. I mean,
well, okay, but let's say this. I'm just picturing it. Let's say you're a security, and you have a guy coming right at you that you know damn sure has COVID. I'm not fucking touching you, bro.
I guess.
I'd be like, go right ahead, bro. Yeah. I'm not. What am I gonna do? Fucking tackle you or touch you? You're Justin Turner. I'm not touching you. Either way, like, dude, it's insane just to think like him. I really want to like just go through those thoughts of just like him so frustrated and pissed, and then just saying, "Fuck it," and just opens the door, and then security like, get back inside. Like you can't do anything.
Yeah, you can't do anything. You can't do anything. And they weren't going to stop him. I mean, if I was that security guard, I wouldn't have fucking stopped him. And if I was Justin Turner, I would have done the same exact thing. And I'm sure you would have done the same thing too. Like, you never know if you're ever going to win a World Series championship again. I mean, this is, like I said, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, once-in-a-lifetime, thing, celebration. And if you're JT and you see that and you see your team that you've worked with for however many years and not just this season, all the adversity you faced, being down 3-1 against Atlanta and coming back, and then just the emotion, the celebration, and for you to not be there, it's no. I'm 100% okay with what Justin Turner did because he went out there with the mask. He walked out there with the mask. His wife had a mask. He took a picture he had the trophy. He held it. Some guys came up to him and were giving him a hug. And they knew, I'm pretty sure they knew what happened. And they were out there, they're giving him a hug, whatever. And then this is where it gets me. It's like he took his mask off for one picture. One picture. It was a team picture where the whole team was wearing their shirts and they're sitting down in front of the mound with the background of the congratulations, and they had the trophy right next to him. Yeah, he sat in the front row right next to Dave Roberts, right next to the trophy, took that picture and put his mask right back on because he just pulled it down. You couldn't see it because it was under his beard. But as soon as that picture was over, he put his mask right back on, got up, walked around with the trophy for a little bit. His wife was right by his side. Then they went on and they did their own thing. So yeah, it was a little blown out of proportion because again, he had it knowingly, but he still went out there with the mask. And if this so-called mask is supposed to prevent the spread, yeah, I'm gonna get fucking political here. If this so-called mask is supposed to prevent the spread, then what the fuck's the problem? What's the problem? If he's got a mask on, then
Hey,
no one else near me is gonna get anything.
like Shannon Sharp says, that ain't no problem. That ain't no problem.
That ain't no problem. Like I just don't. I don't. Whatever. Honestly, fuck it. JT, good on you, man. You did your thing. You went out there. You celebrated. It's something that you're gonna remember for the rest of your life. Fuck the whole COVID thing. I mean, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. There's a 99% survival rate of this fucking goddamn virus.
Okay. But see, then you go into the question of, okay, yes, Justin Turner, odds are he's going to be okay.
Yes.
But just the idea and the thought that goes through it of you're putting other people at risk when you go out there. Yes, the so-called mask it's been so many months of this and people still don't know. Is it through like this fucking guy just touched the World Series trophy. Now, all right, burn the World Series trophy.
Another guy touched it. Yeah.
What the fuck? So we don't know. Like people say they know that we don't know what the fuck's going on with this thing. But just the idea of him putting other people at risk now, puts this story on hold because now we have to wait and see who else gets tested positive. And obviously, yes, they did a great job of go for it.
They tested the Dodgers. They did the rapid test.
Yeah.
As soon as they all got back to their locker room. I mean, as soon as they all got back to their hotels. And they all tested negative. They did the rapid test when they landed in Los Angeles. They all tested negative. So far, it's been 3 days, no positive tests other than Justin Turner, which is a good sign. But you never know. I'm pretty sure they're still probably testing him somewhere.
Exactly. But I feel like they're not going to get those results now.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be more hush-hush about it. And just especially if I'm the Dodgers, if someone tests positive, hey, season's over, bro. Nobody needs to know.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to know. The season's over. Nobody needs to know your business.
Okay, so my thing at the end of the day, I'm Justin Turner. Your perfect example, AJ Pollock, who had a daughter who was in the hospital, born prematurely, highly at risk, And I'm JT and you're Pollock. Are you mad?
See, I'm in that sense of, okay, just don't be next to me. Okay. I love you. We fucking did it, but don't be next to me.
Okay. Now I'm not. Now I'm Kershaw. I mean, you're Kershaw and I'm JT and I'm out there. I'm sorry. And now you're Kershaw and you come up and you give me a hug.
Oh, that's your bellow. That's your problem.
Right? So if you're a Dodger, if you're a Dodger player other than JT, are you mad about it?
Okay, in this sense, no, because if you ask every single guy on that team, coaches included, who are older, who are in that so-called range of it's just better safe to not have it than have it.
Yeah.
Even the coaches included, they're all going to want him out there,
of course,
whether they're next to him or not. And then everybody knowingly, hey, we know that you have it. Now it is. Because he was kind of standing on the side and he wasn't like all, and people were coming up to him. I could see if like he's fucking running up to Kershaw and hugging him and kid like, whoa, like that's my choice.
Yeah.
So it was those guys' choice to come up to him, knowing that he had it. So that's their problem. If let's say Kershaw comes out and they, God forbid, test positive. Well, yeah, bro, you fucking went up and were hugging the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially for him, because he wasn't even in the game. He didn't touch the ball. Who knows? Like, obviously, maybe he was hanging out with him before the game. But that's his problem because he went up to him.
But Kershaw was in the bullpen. He wasn't in the dugout.
No, but I'm saying, like, even pregame. Let's say pregame, they were just chilling, hanging out.
Oh, yeah, of course. No, but I'm saying at the end of the game, when Kershaw went up and hugged him, maybe he didn't know. because he was in the bullpen the entire time.
Well, bro, they said that Bellinger didn't know until the fucking
Yeah.
ninth inning.
Bellinger didn't know until the ninth inning. So maybe a lot of the guys didn't understand.
And especially in that situation, you know, the game is still close.
Yeah.
The last
why are
thing you
you
want to
taking him out?
do, the last thing you want to do though is, hey guys, our
JT has
captain
COVID.
JT has COVID and he's getting the fuck out of the field. That's the last thing you need is guys thinking about like, oh no, even though they're professionals, I'm pretty sure they can handle it. But
Yeah.
who knows? I'm sure once he got pulled, there was a question of why are you pulling him out? And eventually everybody on the team figured it out. Because you think about it, you know, everyone's celebrating, everyone's cheering, then you're going to realize, hey, where's JT? Oh, yeah, this guy has COVID. So eventually, I'm pretty sure everybody knew, everybody was aware of the whole situation.
Mhm.
And if they didn't, then that's fucked up on the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But
I'm just glad. I'm just glad that he was able to be out there and hold that trophy on the field in that moment, because
it's different.
The next day, like, all right, cool. Like, what do you fucking do? Here's my trophy. It's like, no, like, you worked your ass off for that damn trophy, like that fucking piece of metal.
Your whole life,
as the commissioner called it.
Yes. Were you happy that he was getting booed?
Oh hell yeah! And then he fucking stuttered the hell out of it too. Like, oh, we need Corey Seager made the Dodgers like.
He's sounding a little drunk, bro. I don't know if he was.
I'm fucking drunk. But
he sounded a little tipsy.
At the end of the day, I'm just glad JT was able to be out there in that moment, hold that trophy, be in the team picture, because that picture is going to be in the record books
for life.
Framed at Dodger Stadium in the clubhouse or in the whatever in the Dodger Museum, whatever. It's going to be there, and I'm glad that he's there. And the rest, it's all just, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
You know what would be really cool is start of the next season. Let's say magically, after the elections are over, COVID disappears. Let's just say, for example, and everyone's back to normal life. Regular season comes back around, and fans are finally allowed in the stadium. Let's say even if it's half capacity, 75%. I think what would be cool is if, for like some way, somehow, they can, because I'm pretty sure that there's no parade. There's not going to be a fucking parade.
Oh, there is.
When?
There is. Garcetti said when it's safe to do so.
Yeah, obviously, but it's not like there's a difference than having the parade Tuesday. Like, hey, we're having the parade.
Like to do so, there's going to be.
And I'm saying
it's actually going to be a joint parade. If you didn't know.
Oh yeah, Lakers Dodgers. That's going to be fucking insane.
It's going to be both teams going to the Coliseum. 90,000 people. It's nuts.
I'm not going to work that day.
No, my ass is going to be there.
My ass is going to find a way in there, dude. That's insane. Anyways,
go ahead, continue.
But I think what would be cool, like opening day, or even a day before opening day, give the fans a chance to buy tickets to celebrate again with the team. Like whether it be the day before opening day,
or let's say like show the game at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, like hey, we're gonna do a watch party or whatever. Day before the game, show up.
4 innings.
Yeah, we started at 5:00, so that way night the lights hit, and we're all watching the game, and then you get to celebrate just as if you were there. Trophy will be there. Everybody, the guys will be there. The players will be there, and you just get to fucking party at Dodger Stadium. I feel like they should do something like that on top of the parade as well. But
that'd be awesome,
because I'm pretty sure that parade is going to be insane.
Oh yeah. I mean, you saw all the nonsense that was going on in downtown and on Whittier Boulevard.
On Whittier Boulevard.
Yeah, it's nuts, man.
That's insane.
But I'm just glad they finally did it, man. It's been too long.
Yeah, like even when, like I told you before, like even before the World Series started, there was just a part of me that was just like I wanted the Dodgers to win, just because that was the first team I ever went to go watch, like first baseball team. That's the fucking only baseball team I really go watch anyways. I don't go to Angel games. So it was just like, hey man, I've grown up being a Red Sox fan, but at the same time I've grown up watching this team and appreciating this team. Mm-hmm. So it was nice to see that they won a World Series. But like I told everyone before, if it's Red Sox Dodgers, you could fucking kiss that goodbye. Like I'm going Red Sox all the way. Like fuck that.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see the Dodgers finally win one for their sake, for my friends, for my friends' sake, they're my friends' peace of mind finally. And who knows what the future holds, but hopefully they, Red Sox and Dodgers can fucking meet up again. That'd be insane too. But
can you spell dynasty?
Well, if they would have won a couple of those fucking ones that they went to, that would have been insane. Like we've mentioned before, would have been
Giants.
It would have been one of the best dynasties in baseball history.
Yeah.
But all right, so
we did it. It's all good. So moving on
to some football, some foosball, as Waterboy's mama says. What do you think about this week's games? Is anything, or even last week's games? There was some games last week.
Good games last week. We had the obviously the matchup of the undefeated with the
Titans Steelers.
Actually, no, that was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? That was 2 weeks ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
Damn.
2 weeks ago. We didn't do a show. We haven't done a show.
No, that was last week. That was week 7.
This last week was the Titans and the Texans. Or was that 2 weeks ago?
No. Packers played the Texans this past week.
Oh, okay, you're right. You're right. My bad.
It was this week.
Yeah, so the match Titans.
You celebrated too hard.
I'm still a little drunk. I don't know, man. Anyways, Titans Steelers. That was a good game. We saw the Steelers get out to an early big lead. And the Titans battled back. I mean, Derrick Henry is just fucking unreal. AJ Brown had a touchdown in that game. That's my boy.
You saw the Cowboys have a piss poor performance.
Oh my God! What are the Dallas Cowboys going to do? Because we all know Jerry Jones does not tank.
Dude, Jerry Jones is fucking. I bet I don't even know. I don't even want to be in the same room as him. I can't even imagine how furious he is.
Like, we know he doesn't tank. That's not the Cowboys. Never tank. Yeah. So there's no tanking for Trevor Lawrence. They're not tanking.
Well, you look at what they're doing. They're getting rid of trading away defensive players, getting rid of the older guys, cutting guys.
Why don't you go out and say, hey, you know what? Hey, you can pick up the phone and call the Miami Dolphins and say, hey, we see you guys just benched a pretty damn good veteran quarterback. Send him our way. We'll give you guys a couple picks. Who's known for pulling some magic out of his fucking ass every now and then. Like Ryan Fitzpatrick would, or even, hey, you know what? Hey, Chargers, we know you have a pretty good veteran quarterback on your sideline. Send him our way. Like, Tyrod Taylor's out there.
Especially in the division that they're in.
Yeah, it's so gettable. Like, you can go 7-9 and win that division.
Yes.
Hey, even this. Hey, Colin Kaepernick. You want to play again?
Fuck it. Yeah, dude, that's their last resort.
No, you're gonna tell me that Ben DiNucci's your best option?
I didn't even know that, dude. I didn't even know he existed until he strutted onto that field, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is gonna be." And then first play, he throws a nice ball, and then I was like, "That'll last about one fucking play." And then, sure enough, the O line was like, "Oh yeah, we forgot that we suck ass," and they just fucking let him have it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is a rough year for the Cowboys for sure. And then we had another good Sunday Night Football game, man. And it feels like every time I see Seattle, this is the third time we've seen Seattle on Sunday Night Football this year. 3 times in 7 weeks, Seattle's been on Sunday night.
I don't know if I liked it.
I told you, man, they're the best team in the NFC.
Not that night.
But
not that overtime.
But every game that Seattle's been in has been fucking just great. Like the New England game came down to the last play. And then the Minnesota game came down to the last play. And then this Arizona game, again, last play. This game was back and forth. Seattle got out to a big lead, and then Arizona came back, Kyler Murray this. And then the pick that Russell Wilson throw, DK Metcalf fucking chase him down.
Oh, my God, dude.
It was just, just a really good game. And then Arizona missed the first field goal in overtime. To give Seattle another chance. And then Wilson, a guy who never throws interceptions, throws 3 interceptions in a game. One in the biggest moment where all you needed was like 10 yards to get in a field goal range. Throws a pick, gives the ball back to Arizona. Arizona goes down the field. Zane Gonzalez is not going to miss another field goal. Nails it. Cardinals win. I mean, great game. Great game. So all around, I mean, football is in full effect and it's fucking back, dude. I'm just so happy that we have football this year, and I mean it's playing out the way we all expected it to play out, except for maybe the Falcons. I don't know, man. They're last week was
They won last
they
night.
won. They did win yesterday, but last week that ending, man, where you have a minute left on the clock and your only job is
Fucking
to
Todd
not
Gurley.
score. Like, don't score. And the Lions knew. They're like, hey, don't let him score.
Let them score.
And so Gurley's there, and he's like running, and then he's at the one, and then he's like, oh wait, I'm not supposed to score. He kind of stops and lays down, and
It was funny because he's like, oh no, we're the Falcons. I'm not supposed to score right now. And boo, he fucking
like
scored.
all they need to do is not score, take a knee, game's over. But
What's crazy is I'm gonna give credit to the Lions defense because he cut through the middle and he met up with, I think it was like the linebacker or the safeties, and they were coming in as if they were gonna hit him. And what Gurley did is he braced himself, and then they kind of let up.
And then he laid down,
and then that's when he stumbled forward, like, oh shit! Like I was expecting to get hit, and then he stumbled into the end zone, which you would think, yeah, we scored a touchdown. But if you're the Falcons, you're like, oh fuck, we scored a touchdown. Now they get the last possession.
But again, at the end of the day, that's not on Gurley, man. That's on the Falcons defense because if the Lions had a minute and 3 seconds left to go down the field. No timeouts, a minute and 3 seconds to go down the field and not kick a field goal because they couldn't kick a field goal. They had to score a touchdown. And they went down. There was 2 seconds left. They had one play to stop them, and they couldn't do it. So that's on the Falcons defense, man.
No,
that's not on Gurley. That's not on Gurley.
I'm still blaming Gurley. You had one job. Fall. Get the ball.
Yeah.
Fall.
Yeah.
Man. It's crazy. It was a crazy weekend of football. Then Falcons finally bounce back and they get a win.
Another good game was the Browns and the Bengals. You know, Baker Mayfield throwing 5 touchdowns.
Dude. Okay, so Joe Burrow goes up against the Colts the week before, lights out. He is throwing he was slinging it like nobody else. Goes up and I think it was 14, 17 points at one point against the Colts. Next week, and then obviously the fucking defense fucked it up. Next week, same thing. Goes up against the Browns and a decent defense, not the greatest, but a decent defense. Goes up all these points, and then the defense fucks it up. So you're looking at Joe Burrow and the Bengals like, hey, if they had somewhat of a good defense, this is a nice looking team right here.
So I'm going to start this conversation because this conversation needs to be had. You know, there's this draft class of quarterbacks. Pretty good. I mean, we got Burrow number 1, Tua, and then Herbert. And then Jordan Love went like 10th overall.
You don't even talk about
or 12th overall. But Burrow, Tua.
Don't even talk about it.
Burrow, Tua, and Herbert. And Tua's finally going to get his chance. But to be honest with you, I mean, a lot of people are saying, oh, Joe Burrow's a Rookie of the Year. I don't think he's a front runner for Rookie of the Year. I think they're pretty even right now. I mean, am I wrong? Like, Justin Herbert, I mean, and I'm not just being biased because I am a fucking Charger fan, but Justin Herbert has been incredible. I mean, I don't know if you saw that stat. In his first 5 games, he's the only guy other than Patrick Mahomes to have 250 passing yards. I mean, he had a 4-touchdown game on Monday night on the road against the Saints, 4 touchdowns. And then he had another 4-touchdown game this past week against the Jaguars. I mean, dude, this fucking guy, man, he's incredible. With a shitty offensive line, like under pressure, he can still sling it. So, yeah, Burrow and Herbert, man, it's a race for the Rookie of the Year. I mean, don't get me wrong, Burrow's good, but Herbert's on his ass, man. And he's had 2 less games played. Because he didn't play week 1, and he had the bye.
Yes, but I still think Tua can steal it from both of them. If he can get the Dolphins into the playoffs,
that's the thing. The Dolphins are 3-3 right now. They're in second place in their division. They have a struggling first place team in front of them in Buffalo, who struggled, and the Dolphins almost beat Buffalo with Fitzpatrick.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's say New England comes out and beats Buffalo this week, and the Dolphins beat the Rams in Miami on a short week for the Rams. The Rams got to go cross country to play the Dolphins on a short week.
That's always
so let's
trouble.
say Tua, with no film on Tua. Let's say the Dolphins come out and beat them. That's a 1-game race for that division.
Oh man.
I
And
mean,
it's gonna come down to who Tua stepping up, and I think if he can get them to the playoffs, if Tua gets the Dolphins to the playoffs, that means that he's playing pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
that because the defense is good. They're not
the Dolphins
great.
defense. The Dolphins defense is very underrated.
Yeah,
very
but
underrated.
I feel like they're okay. So they're similar to the Chargers in the sense that they'll bend,
they have the playmakers.
Yeah, they'll bend, but they won't break.
Yeah,
but as of recent, games, just because of the offenses that you guys have played against the Chargers, that bend turns into a break a little bit more often because you're going up against top tier offenses. But with the Dolphins, they make the plays, man. If they have you at 3rd and long, you're getting a 4th down. If they need a stop on 4th down, they get those stops on 4th. So this defense is like you said, is underrated. But the offense, again, they have weapons. The offense have weapons that people don't really pay attention to. Parker and the running backs aren't too bad.
And people forget that the Dolphins coach is another understudy of Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was there. He was at the defense. He was a linebacker coach. So he knows what he's doing. He was under Belichick. Vrabel, seemed to figure it out, and he was under Belichick, and he played under Belichick. So now you see another guy in Brian.
Patricia sure hasn't figured it out.
Patricia's a fucking mess.
And he was the defensive coordinator.
Brian what?
Flores.
Brian Flores. There it is. Brian Flores. So, I don't know, man. The Dolphins, sleeper for sure. Definite sleeper. But, again, back to the Rookie of the Year race. I mean, Herbert, he's played the 3 best he's played 3 Hall of Famers in the 5 games that he's played. He got
Mahomes. Didn't he play him 3 in a row though?
Yeah, he's got Mahomes, Brady, and Breeze.
Back to back to back.
No, in between Mahomes and Brady, he had Bridgewater. They played the Panthers.
Oh, that's right.
And they shouldn't have lost that game. They shouldn't have lost that game. But anyways, so I mean, Herbert, I'm high on him, man. I'm stoked.
I like him.
Regardless of the 2-4 record, I'm fucking high on him. I still think we can turn the season around. I mean, I'm hoping they don't because I kind of want a good pick so we can fucking rebuild our offensive line. But, if Herbert can make the playoffs as a rookie also, I mean, hey, especially with that extra playoff spot, who knows, man? Who knows? But we'll see. But anyways, this week, some more good games. Ravens Steelers. This is the matchup we've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Steelers, the undefeated team, the Ravens, the heavy favorite to win that division. I mean, the AFC North has 3 Heisman Trophy winners as quarterbacks, and then they have Ben Roethlisberger. And Ben Roethlisberger has come back this year and just been incredible, man. Like, nobody expected the Steelers to go 6-0. Did you?
I'm not undefeated, but I figured that they were going to be competitive and have a decent team.
I didn't expect them to have this kind of start. Like, man.
Oh yeah, 6-0. I didn't think
they're impressive. I mean, James Conner. Even after James Conner week 1, got hurt. I thought Benny Snell was going to be the guy, and then James Conner comes back and he's been taking over games, man. That offensive line is healthy. They're filled with veterans. Especially on defense. Especially on defense. T.J. Watt has been incredible. Minkah Fitzpatrick. I mean, they have so many playmakers on defense. And then you look at the Ravens, and you feel like, all right, the Ravens have a pretty good defense, man. Like, yeah, they have Marcus Peters. They have Calais Campbell on the line. And then they go out and they get Yannick Ngakoue, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, the rich get richer, The rich really do get richer. And then, Kansas City goes out and gets Le'Veon Bell. It's like, yeah, the rich do get fucking richer. Like
And
it's
Tampa
crazy,
gets,
man.
and then Tampa gets
And then Tampa gets AB. It's like fucking A, man. But again, the Ravens defense already pretty solid. Now they get Ngakoue, who's fucking unreal on that other side with Calais Campbell. I mean, bro.
I'm glad he's out of the same division as the Packers. I was gonna say, dude.
Ben is in for a rough week, man. I mean, he's gonna get hit. He's gonna get hit. He's gonna get hit. And we all know Ben can take some hits.
He gets right back up.
But it's gonna be up to the Steelers wide receivers, James Washington, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Chase Claypool. Can those guys make plays? Can Eric Ebron find himself open in the middle of the field for Ben Roethlisberger to get him the ball? Can James Conner, see the right holes? Can James Conner catch the ball out of the backfield? That's going to be the difference in this game. Can Ben Roethlisberger get the ball out quick? Get the ball out quick. Get the ball out quick. Because Ben will stand in the pocket. He's not afraid to take a hit.
Yeah.
But he's got to make his reads and he's got to make a quick decision because that Ravens defensive line, Matthew Judon, Calais Campbell, and now Ngakoue. I mean, that's dangerous, man. It's
yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, all right, now we got the Steelers defense, and Lamar Jackson hasn't been the guy that he was last year. He hasn't been great.
I feel like for some reason, after he played the Chiefs, it was something in the film that other teams picked up. Something that the Chiefs did, which is surprising. Something that the Chiefs did on defense is something that helped the rest of the league out figure out, Lamar Jackson, because what they did is what you really have to do is you have to force Lamar to just throw the ball. You got to force him to be a thrower. You need to have like a double spy on the fucking guy. You got to get two guys to watch him all the time. So whatever the Chiefs did helped out the rest of the league, and it really screwed over Lamar Jackson because it took like it happens to every quarterback. It takes some time, but the NFL is going to figure you out. It takes time, but the NFL is going to figure you out. And now it's up to him to, sack up and say, you know what? I'm not just a quarterback or a running back who can throw. I'm a quarterback. And I can make those deep throws that aren't just always wide open. I can make the tough throws, the ones that, we're third and long and we need, a throw to a receiver and not a tight end. And I can make those throws. So he needs to step up big time. Yeah. So
it's a big test for them. They're going to be without Mark Ingram for the second week in a row. So, it's going to be interesting to see how the Ravens react to the Steeler defense and how the Steelers, decided to play Lamar Jackson. So it's going to be a good game for sure. I think it's the best game of the week.
Well, who do you got?
Well, I'll save that because it's one of my picks. So
how is this game not a Sunday night game? Like, it's ridiculous.
So this is what I found out. So check this out. Obviously last week, we had the cheap Sunday night game. It was going to be Raiders Bucks, and then they flexed it, and they instead of putting the Steelers Titans, it's been a Sunday night game. It's going to be this game. It was going to be Arizona Seattle. So this is what happens. So every network gets a chance to
host Sunday night.
No, the network, like CBS and Fox. So CBS and Fox has their games for the week. AFC, NFC, whatever. And NBC gets to pick one game from either network, and that's going to be NBC gets to pick that, the Sunday night host. But CBS and Fox both get to hold on to one game. So there's one game that they can't touch.
So they get like one veto.
Yes. So that was their veto last week, obviously Steelers Titans. This week, I'm pretty sure their veto was Ravens Steelers because the ratings, whoever watches that network, the ratings, they get more money and all that stuff. So that's how it works. So when they do the flex and stuff, like let's say a game does get flexed, NBC pays out CBS or pays out Fox to broadcast that game on Sunday night because they know that that's going to be a good ratings, except for weeks 15 through 17. 15 to 17, NFL has full control of that. They decide what gets flexed. They decide. So
they just decide who's Sunday night. They just decide
that's because again, those are later in the season. You know, the
And
playoff
leading up to the playoffs and all.
playoff implications and all that stuff. So yeah, but yeah, I read into it. I'm like,
How you know this? I have no idea.
I read into it. I read into it last week because I'm like, how the fuck are they not putting the Steelers on Sunday night instead of that game? But yeah, I read into it. So I yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Hey, really quick. So, all right. So this is kind of off topic, but that kind of just reminded me. So usually, all right. So on the off time, I'm usually hanging out or playing video games, whatever. So I usually play Warzone, and as of late, I kind of was on YouTube, and I always used to make fun of kids like, how do they just watch fucking people play video games? Now I'm one of those fucking schmucks who like watches. It's intense. It's pretty cool. Like it's kind of like sports. Like why would I fucking watch a guy play football if I can go and play? No, it's the same shit. Like I want to admire how good they are at the game. So I'm starting to get it. So I usually watch this guy called Nick Merckx. I'm pretty sure you've heard of him.
Yeah.
So I usually watch him, and then just the other day, I was like, man, I've never really seen his stream live. I just watch his
on Twitch.
clip. Yeah, I just watch his clips on YouTube. And I was like, fuck, like I'm gonna download Twitch. So I download Twitch and I go on, jump on a stream, whatever. And he's talking about football, like perfect time. He was talking about Panthers, and he was talking about a Thursday night game, Panthers, Falcons. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna put $1,000 on Panthers. Well, he fucked that one up. But he was gonna put $1,000 on the Panthers to win. And he's like, yeah, and show up on Thursday and tune in, and we'll watch it together. So I thought like, oh, he's gonna, just show his face as he's watching the game. Turns out that on Twitch, Thursday nights, they have a deal with Twitch where you can stream those games on Twitch and watch it at the same time. So like, for example, let's say last night you and I are watching the game. We could actually broadcast it on the stream. Because you know how usually, there's copyright and everything like that. Well, on Twitch, I guess they have a right. I had no idea. And I was thinking to myself that the NFL is probably one of the smartest when it comes to that, because you're opening up your audience to just so many more kids, so many more people. And you think about it, at one point in time, there was like 35,000 people watching his stream and watching the game at the same time. Yeah. On top of his close friend, his name is Tim. He was doing the same thing. Another 25,000 people were watching that. So a combined fucking 60,000 people, 60,000 people are watching just on Twitch. So I was like, holy shit, NFL. You are like, that is the smartest fucking thing I've ever seen. Because you're watching the game. You're watching the game. And they're just right there, like on the corner, on the side. Just on the side. It baffled me. I don't know if you knew that they could do that on Twitch.
I didn't know that. That's nuts.
But it is insane. So I feel like NBA, MLB, they need to do something like that.
So I'm gonna a little shame fest here. For a while, I was there was no sports going on.
Oh God.
Twitch has a channel, a Madden channel, where you can bet on Madden games. computer simulated Madden games.
Wait. So it's not people playing?
No, it's computer simulated.
Oh my God.
Yeah, shame fest. It's all good.
How did that go?
Actually, it was pretty cool, man. It was exciting. Like you can make prop bets, like you can make all this stuff. Like, dude, it was crazy. But I feel like they know what you bet, because for example, one of my games, it was like over 10.5 or over 9.5 first quarter, 9.5 points, and team gets a touchdown. A team gets a touchdown, so it's 7-0, and then there's like 4 minutes left, whatever, and the team drives down. And they're at the 1 yard line, and they're at the 1 yard line, and it's first and goal, and there's like 10 seconds left, and they hike the ball, and they throw a fucking pick, and the quarter ends. And it's
I don't know.
Like, no, like, so like I feel like they know But I won some and I lost some. You know, it was fun. Like, I had a good.
That sounds way more
I
stressful
was
than
up.
real betting real
I
life.
was up. Yeah, because you don't fucking like.
It's a
It's annoying.
computer.
Yeah, but it was cool though. Honestly, like
That
it
is
happened.
insane.
Yeah, it's still there. If you want to check it out,
I was
if
gonna
you
say
go
that's kind of
if you
interesting.
if you go on our book, it's under sports sims all the way on the bottom. Sports sims, and then it has the Twitch link, so you can watch the game, but then you bet on every game that you want to. And then if you go online, you can actually look up the records of the teams because it's like a full like franchise season. So you can look up the record, like okay, the Seahawks are, 10-0 against the spread or whatever. Like because they play every day.
What the
So
fuck?
yeah, dude, it's nuts.
That's
It's nuts.
insane.
It's nuts. Yeah, man.
Holy shit.
I got
Hey, you
into
just
that for
blew
a
my
while.
mind. You just blew my mind.
You got to check it out. I got into it for a while, but anyways,
Yeah, back to the fucking real football.
it's time. It's time for our picks, man. Fuck, I can't string those 3-0 weeks together. I had a 3-0 week in week 2, a 3-0 week in week 3, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting on a roll. Then I go 1-1-1. Then I had a 3-0 week in week 6, and then last week 1-2. It's like, fuck, I gotta string them together, man.
I've been
So
pretty steady at 2-1 a lot.
yeah, you were 3-0, 1-2, 2-1, 2-1. Yeah. So you're catching up to me. I'm 14, 6-1.
Yes, sir.
You're 13-8. So you're like 1.5 games out behind me.
Yeah.
Hey, they're the records. So it's gonna be interesting, man. This week you got to go first. We'll see. I mean, next week's the
So
halfway
was
point
thi-
of the season.
I was
We'll
thinking
see what
about I feel like for the second half of the season, and we've never done this before because usually this kind of goes all the way back to when we used to do it on the radio, is we would kind of just pick through the spread. I feel like we should, betting is just so open to so many different things that we should open it up to over unders.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
or
I don't,
or just money lines.
yeah, like let's say, there's just nothing really that you like when it comes to the spread, but you like an over under, or you like the over on this game, you like the under on that game. So I feel like we should start spreading our wings a little
Yeah.
more
Okay.
to adding, hey, this is the over under for this game. And then maybe down the line, we can try to open it up to like, this is the prop bet
bet.
of the
Yeah.
week. Like, go for it.
I like it. Let's do it. Starting next week.
Nice.
Get ready for that. So this week, you go first. What do you got, man?
All right. So I got, and remember, we always talk about good teams win, but great teams always cover. So I got the Packers
Yes.
at 6.5. They're playing the Vikings. I got the Bills -4 at home. I got the Bills at home -4 against the Patriots. And then I have an underdog sleeper team, I think, for this week. And the odds aren't that crazy, but I have the Raiders in Cleveland. I have them beating the Browns. They got +2.5 points. So let me pull this up real quick. So I have the Packers at -6.5. Oh, I forgot to put the minus on that 6.5. But I have the Bills -4 and the Raiders +2.5. So you look at the Packers, and when it comes to division games, yes, they're always tough. They're always close. But you look at what the Vikings are doing on the defensive side of the ball. They're letting guys go. They're trading guys. They traded their best defensive pass rusher. And you look at what the Vikings did early on in the season against the Packers. They couldn't even get anywhere near him. And the offensive line has been, a little bit shaky after that Tampa game. But, they kind of bounced back a little bit last week against the Texans. So there's not really anyone on that D line that's going to give them too much problems. They're obviously going to get to Aaron Rodgers, but there's not that game changer, that guy that just wrecks the game. They got rid of him. So definitely got the Packers. You look at the Bills, they're struggling a little bit, little inconsistent here and there, especially Josh Allen having that shoulder, issue on that left shoulder. But I got Bills -4. And then the Raiders, you look at the Browns, they're banged up. And you look at Baker, he's banged up, bruised ribs. Landry has broken ribs, I think it is. So
No OBJ.
OBJ is out. Hooper's been battling injuries every week.
Joku's back.
And Joku's, yeah. So who knows? But the running backs, they've been banged up. They haven't been 100%.
Chubb's still out. We have Hunt. We'll see.
Hunt's still banged up a little bit too, so
Yeah.
we'll see. So those are my 3 games. I'm definitely gonna bet on those games, just like I do every week. So hopefully you guys win some money like I do. What about you, Tug?
So my 3 games. My first pick. I'm taking the Steelers plus 4.5. That was my pick. I know you asked me earlier. I think the Steelers win the game, but I think they also cover the plus 4.5. Obviously, they're on the road. I mean, yeah, they're on the road at the Ravens, but I like Ben. I like what the Steelers have been doing. I don't like what the Ravens have been doing. So I feel like they're trending in opposite directions, and I feel like the Steelers win this game to really make a statement. Because they made a statement last week beating the Titans, but this is the big statement game because it's a division game against the defending division champs. Like, this is it. So I feel like the Steelers come out, make a statement, prove that they're here to stay, and I think they win this game and cover the plus 4.5 points. My second game, the Chargers, minus 3.5. The Chargers are 5-1 this season against the spread. They should be 6-0. That one game that they lost was against the Buccaneers. It was minus 7.5. They lost by 7. Plus 7.5. They lost by 7, so 0.5 point. But 5-1 against the spread. Like I said, or like you said, good teams win, great teams cover. The Chargers have covered 5 times this year. Fucking great. It should be fucking 6-0, but instead they're 2-4. But they're on the road in Denver. Denver's been banged up. No Phillip Lindsay this week. Melvin Gordon's had his own troubles. They just got pounded by the Chiefs. So their offense could not get going. I feel like this is a week for the Charger defense to really step up, create turnovers. Drew Lock's still banged up. I feel like the Chargers defense creates turnovers. I feel like we have a pick six or a fumble recovery for a touchdown in this game. So Chargers minus 3.5. And then my last game, Seattle coming off that brutal loss against Arizona. I feel like they need to come out and make a statement where San Francisco's been playing well. They've been playing better, but they lost Deebo Samuel. They lost Raheem Mostert. So they're banged up. I feel like the Seahawks are fully healthy. They're getting Jamal Adams back this week.
That's huge.
Minus 3 at home against the 49ers. I feel like Seattle wins this one and covers the minus 3. So those are my 3 picks. Steelers plus 4.5. Chargers minus 3.5. The Seahawks minus 3. 3-0 this week. Guarantee it.
Oh, man. And it's crazy just because you look at, just how this year's been going. I think we had our records up 14-6 and 14-6-1, 13-8 for me.
Both positive. We're above 500, baby.
We're above 500. I feel like when it comes to gambling, I was looking at some crazy stat, and I think it was like 20% of bets, 20% of gamblers or bettors
lose.
No, the win. So it's 80% usually. 80% usually. 80% of the time. 80% of the time they're losing. So it's tough, and especially as I'm getting more into gambling or betting, I've learned that there's guys who are called proxies. Have you ever heard of that? Like a proxy bettor? So pretty much just people who place bets for other people. Like it's pretty crazy. So I was like, damn, that's something you could do. I didn't even know. Like, fucking people making money off of that shit. But man, I'm hoping that I can catch up to you, because I feel like that one week where I was like 1-2 fucking fucked me up, man. But it'll be interesting the rest of the season. We're coming out second half.
We are both without an 0-3 week. None of us have had an 0-3 week.
Well, that goes to show at least we know something.
Yeah.
We know something, right?
Yeah, no shit. I've had 3 3-0 weeks. You've had 1. But you've had more 2-1 weeks. I've had a lot of 1-2 weeks than the 1-1-1. So hey, I mean, we're there. We know what we're doing. We're not.
Yeah. Hey,
degenerates.
We're winning money at least. That's what I'm saying.
Well, speak for yourself. I don't know about me.
Oh, I know, dude. Every time I talk to some of
Finally
our
up.
friends who you're finally in the green.
I made it because of the Dodgers. Remember that bet I told you I
Oh
made?
my god! So Tugboat did a crazy. It's not even crazy. I was talking to. I think I was talking to our friend Abe about this. That I was like, man, Tugboat did such a smart thing and placed, and it's very, very few that I ever say that. It's very rare. I was like, Tugboat did a really smart thing, and he bet. I think it was 4 different Dodgers to win. World Series MVP, right? Four.
Oh yeah,
Four
not,
different.
not only that one, yeah, but the other one that I made. But I'll do that one first. So the first one, I picked 4 different Dodgers to win the MVP.
And
So
they
I
were
picked,
all plus, like
yeah, we're
plus
all plus,
whatever.
yeah. So I had Clayton Kershaw at plus 800, I had Bellinger at plus 800, I had Corey Seager at plus 600, and I had Mookie Betts at plus 500. So I lost $300, but because obviously all 3 of them didn't win.
Yeah.
But I made 6 because I had Seager plus 600. So I ended
There
up
it is.
winning 300. I ended up winning 300, which is
There it
still
is.
hey, fuck yeah, positive.
I'll take $300 any day.
Yeah. So I won that. I was hoping, bro. I was hoping they would have gone Cole with Seager and Kershaw. That would have been clutch.
Oh, that's double. Dang, that would have been
Yeah,
insane.
that would have been sweet, but it didn't happen. But so I told you about this one. I made this one
A while
in
back.
Vegas in June, and I took the Dodgers over 38.5 wins for the regular season, and they won 43. So they hit that over. It was 200 to win 400. I won that bet. So I still haven't cashed that bet, but when the Dodgers hit that bet, I said, all right, cool, it hit. I have $400. Now I'm gonna go, and I had a friend in Vegas that same day, so I said, all right, $400.
I
I'm gonna
think I
take those
remember
four.
you texting me about this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take those 400 plus the 200 that I made. I mean that I bet. So I got 600 back. So I'm gonna take those $650.
Your winnings pretty much.
I have the $600. So the 200 that I bet, and then the 450 that I won. So I have that, and I'm gonna put it all on the Dodgers to win the World Series. Just put it all, like just let it ride. That's what I told you. It's like, do I let this ride or do I just cash out?
And I
said,
do
no,
remember
fuck it.
saying, "Fuck it."
Yeah,
I do remember saying, "Just
you
fuck
said,
it."
fuck it, let it ride, let it ride. And I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna let it ride. So $650 for the Dodgers to win the World Series. Before the playoffs started, they were at plus 350. Do the math. It's like $3,000. Plus my 650 back. So I'm
Yeah.
up $3,600.
Plus the 300 that you got for the MVP, you're almost up $4,000.
Yeah. So, but
That.
I lost 900 last week. So
Oh, I thought you were about to say 9,000.
no. But I'm back in the positive though for all time. The past, like since the quarantine started and we started this whole thing, I'm in the positive, so I'm good.
I think last week just got me up to. I was up like $900 going into that whole quarantine.
Nice.
And then I was up like 1,000, and then a couple bets fucked me over, so I'm back at like $800, $900.
But now I gotta go to Vegas.
I don't go crazy. Yeah, that's the tough part when you bet, and now you have a reason to go to Vegas to cash, and then it's like, hey, I got all this money,
exactly,
and I'm in Vegas.
and check this out, bro. They comped me 4 nights. MGM.
Oh, game over.
So now it's like, all right, I get free rooms in Vegas
and
for 4 nights and 4K. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
So we can kiss that 4K. We can kiss that 4K.
That's dangerous. Right? That's dangerous. But I haven't decided. I have to book by tomorrow. October 31st is the deadline to book. I just haven't decided when I'm going to go because I have too many trips coming up, man. Like I'm going to Miami. I don't know if I told you. I'm going to Miami in 3 weeks. November 13th. I'm going to go watch the Chargers and the Dolphins in Miami.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And then for New Year's, I'm going to Cancun for New Year's.
I like how you were about to say it with
like,
with the accent, but you Americanize. You're about to say Cancun, but you're like Cancun.
I was gonna say Cancun.
Yeah,
I'm going to Cancun. So
Cancun.
It's like fuck. I got too many trips coming up. It's like, all right, I'm not gonna get away with, hey, because Valentine's Day and my anniversary are like the same week. So
Smart
I'm
man.
not gonna get away with, hey, we're going to Vegas for Valentine's Day. I'm not gonna get away with that.
It's fun.
I can ask, but answer's probably gonna be no. We're probably I think she wants to go to Chicago or something. So I don't know. We'll do that. But so now it's like, all right, now I'm fucking like I got to book by tomorrow, but I don't know when I'm gonna go. I can book up to October, so Halloween next year. It's all free. I just don't know when.
I'll
But I
just
gotta
do it
decide.
for. I'll
I'm
tell you.
thinking,
You know what? You know what you got to do, because I know every time I'm going to Vegas is my birthday weekend. I always go to Vegas my birthday weekend. Bam.
but my birthday, there's really nothing going on. It's like my birthday lands on a Tuesday this year, so I mean, I could go like Thursday to Monday, but like, there's really nothing going on. Like it's the NFL, but like, the baseball playoffs usually start on my birthday, so I don't know. I'm thinking more in the summertime because
Hey,
I love pool.
book it.
I love
Book it during my
I love
birthday.
I love pool parties. So hey, so you going for your birthday? I
I
might just
always
do
go
that.
every year. I go
I
every
might
year
just
my
do that.
birthday.
I might just do that. Book a queen or a king room. I'm planning on staying because I can go to any MGM resort and get 4 nights. I'm planning on doing it at the Bellagio. I've never stood there. I'm pumped for that. So
Looks nice.
yeah, with the fucking fountains and shit. My uncle was telling me that I don't know if you know this, but there's a button in the highest room of the Bellagio. There's a button that controls the fountain.
What?
Yes,
Wait, so you have to be staying at that room
you have to be staying in the suite. It's like the penthouse suite or whatever at the
and you get to
Bellagio,
control the fountain?
and you control the fountain with a button. There's a button up there you push, and
Joseph,
it control.
I cannot imagine you being fucking drunk out of your mind and you fucking
Just
with
like,
that fountain. Just you're gonna break the fountain. You're gonna break the fountain.
I'm
The
not gonna
first
stay in that
time.
room, bro. It's like $20,000 a night to stay there.
You need a
That,
couple
that
more fucking parlays to hit.
that doesn't come with my comp. I get a basic room with my comp, but hey, I'll take it, man. But yeah,
I think
I gotta do that. I gotta book that. It reminds me, I gotta do that soon. But yeah, man. So it's gonna be a good week. I feel like I'm happy this week, man. I'm as happy as I've been in a long time. The Dodgers finally won it all. The Chargers finally have a good quarterback. I mean, don't get me wrong, Philip Rivers was great, but Justin Herbert, man, I'm sold on this. I'm on his train. We're 2-4. We're trending in the right direction. We got Denver, the Raiders, Miami, the Jets. Those are 4 games that we can win.
Mm-hmm.
We could be 6-4 like that and be right in the hunt for it. I mean, we're not going to win the division, but hey, a playoff spot, you never know, man. But I mean, I'm not you. I haven't been spoiled with riches of championships. So
Hey, it doesn't matter whether it's the first one or the fifth one, sixth one. It feels nice.
does it all feel the same though? Like, does the second one and the third one feel as nice as the first one?
I feel like for you and I, because
you've
we're just
seen
such hard, loyal fans, it feels just as good.
for the Red
Because
Sox,
that
you've
journey,
seen 4.
that
Do you
yeah,
remember the 04 one?
yeah, I was 9 years old.
Yeah, so you remember that one?
I
Pretty
remember
well.
all of them. I
Yeah.
remember all of them, but I think the
The first one,
2000, the Laker one, the 2000 one, it's kind of like
it's kind of blurry.
Yeah,
The Sixers one.
yeah. But
Yeah.
see, but what's crazy is like the only thing I do remember is the Tyronn Lue Iverson step
over.
like that. But other than that, like I really don't remember much. And then obviously the next year it was like, oh, where they're going for the repeat. So I started to remember all those, and then the 3P
And the 3P, and the
So that's
Pistons, Kobe and Shaq.
exactly, definitely.
See, like,
But yeah,
so,
just because you and I are such diehard fans, it feels just as good.
so check this out. Like, I've seen the Kings win 2 championships, and I became a Kings fan in like 2008, like middle school. That's when I went to my first hockey game, and I watched games, and I was there when they won the championship. I was at Staples Center, and I saw them win the first championship. I'm sorry, I wasn't there for the second one. I saw them win the second one. First one I was at Buffalo. But anyways, like I felt like, fuck yeah, like dope. Like the fucking Kings won. Like I felt happy. But I didn't cry. I wasn't emotional. None of that. And then even when the Lakers won, like I was fucking stoked. Like fuck yeah, LeBron did it. Like Lakers, AD. I was fucking happy. I did it for Kobe, but I didn't cry. I feel like this is like my first love. Like baseball is my first love, and the Dodgers were like the team I grew up, idolizing. Like I wanted to be a fucking Dodger as a kid. Like, what kid didn't, And then I realized it, like maybe like 3 years ago. I realized, hey, you know what? I'm not going to be a Dodger.
3 years ago.
3 years ago, I realized, like, you know what? It's not going to happen.
I'm just gonna stick with coaching.
I was hoping to be like a Max Muncy and work at a grocery store, and they see me packing the shit off fast and say, hey, analytics say that if you can pack this pretty fast, and maybe he can, turn a double play this.
It was when you were working at the Levi store. Man, that guy can fold fucking jeans fast.
Oh shit, no. But obviously we've all had that day where we realized, my day came pretty early into my high school career where it's like, yeah, it's not gonna happen.
You mean like kind of like when I came into your life?
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh
but again, like every kid has a dream. I'm sure you had the dream of being in the big leagues.
Oh, of course.
So and I grew up watching. Like I used to go to Dodger Stadium with fucking baseball pants on, my fucking cleats, like my plastic cleats.
You were that kid.
I was that kid, man. I was that.
And I was that kid looking at your stupid ass and like,
But again, man, like this Dodger championship, bro, like I fucking cried, like, and then like just all the emotions of just, all the heartbreak just came to me, and I'm like, fuck, like we finally fucking did it. So yeah, man, I'm very happy, very excited. I don't know if I showed you the picture. I spent like $500 on championship merchandise.
Yeah, I heard of it. I heard about it.
Yeah, I bought like 3 different shirts. I bought the hat, this hat, the World Series, not this one, but the World Series champion hat. I bought the fucking DVD, the Blu-ray. You know how they all do.
Remember this moment for the rest of.
And it hasn't been made yet. Like the DVD hasn't been put together, but I already fucking ordered it. I bought a Christmas tree ornament in the shape of the World Series trophy. I bought a bunch of stickers. I bought the regular hat, like the one that the players wore. Dude, it's like I bought the championship patch. What the fuck else did I bought a towel.
Like a big ass towel?
Yeah, like a bath towel, like a big ass fucking big beach towel. Like, just so much shit, dude. How about the hoodie? Like, bro, it's unreal. My ass is gonna buy the replica ring too.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I'm gonna wear that motherfucker like no other. Yeah, man. And then I'm gonna buy. I told my girlfriend I'm gonna buy the jersey of whoever is the MVP. So I was hoping it would have been Mookie because I don't have a Mookie jersey yet. But I'm cool with Seager, man. I just need them to extend. I would say just
still get a Mookie.
I need them to extend Seager first.
That's what I'm saying. I would say just get a Mookie jersey because he's gonna be here for what, 10 years?
Yeah, 12 more years.
12 years. Excuse me. Jesus Christ.
But
he's gonna have him until he's 40 fucking years old, dude.
I'm 25, so in 12 years I'll be 37. In 37 years, at 37, when I'm 37 years old, when we're 37 years old, he'll be at the end of his contract. Like we're gonna remember this day. Like Mookie's last game as a Dodger when he retires as a Dodger. We're gonna remember. Like, do you remember that day where we were having a podcast on a Friday and we were talking about this? Where we were 25. Yeah. Now we're 37. Hopefully, we both have kids. We're both married, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's insane.
Crazy. But hey, man, I guess I can say myself, welcome to the championship club.
Yeah, welcome.
You've seen it, so now I'm in.
It feels good. I know from experience. It just feels like each one just gets even better and better. Obviously, everyone has that cliche. You just never forget your first one. But like I said, we're such true fans that each one just feels so fucking good that, it's just it's a great feeling. And each one has its own memory and moments where, you hold something dear into like to your heart when it comes to each World Series. So hopefully you have that experience again. But if it never happens, yeah, at least
I'll
you got
always remember the 2020 season, 2020 fucking pandemic and
Oh
no
yeah, that's what's
fans.
crazy. I think everyone's gonna remember. That's what's crazy is that do you remember 2020? Yeah, that was when the Dodgers won. That was when the Lakers
Yeah.
won. That was when
Pandemic.
it's just crazy.
When Kobe died.
Oh my god, craziest year ever.
The last part. I'll leave you with this. The Lakers won their 17th championship, right?
Yes.
The Dodgers won their 7th championship. Add those two numbers together.
Well, we all know Tugboat does math in different ways, but that's 24.
It's nuts.
It's weird. It is weird. It's just such weird.
It's crazy.
It is. It's those little stupid like cheesy things, but it's like, hey man, like all these things add up. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's like maybe he was, being that fucking angel in the outfield.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you he had something to do with it.
Maybe he fucking guided Danny Green's fucking ball and fucking fell asleep and went the wrong way.
He was like, fuck Danny Green.
He's like, all right, the next day I got you guys. And then the next day, fucking LeBron this. And maybe he was the guy who came under Kevin Cash and said, hey, take out Blake Snell and bring
just whispered in his ear, take him out, take him out.
It's like, it's crazy, man. It's that fate, man. It's nuts. But hey, look, LA back on top, city of champs, man. We got 2. All I need is the Chargers to win 1, and then I can fucking croak, bro.
Relax. There's no miracles here. Relax. It's 2020. Fucking Jesus didn't come back yet. Relax. Relax. Fucking Chargers. All right. Hope you guys win some money. And if you guys ever win any bets, let us know. And we'll try to post them on Instagram and share all that stuff because, hey, you're winning money.
We're halfway through the season. Halfway through.
Exactly. Halfway through. Second half is going to be better than
our records are right there. Yeah, second half we're going to throw in some different bets. So how it goes, man. I'm excited.
That's it. All right. Enjoy the weekend. Happy Halloween to everybody.
Yes.
Wash your hands, people. You don't know what dirty ass people like Tugboat, what they're doing, picking their ass or picking their nose.
Don't eat candies that strangers give you. You never know what's.
Let your parents check them. Let your parents check them.
Yeah.
Oh god, those still I can't. Such stupid. Aren't you glad that you're an adult? You just buy your own fucking candy.
Yeah. Wear a mask at your Halloween parties.
Oh yeah. Or no, I'm gonna be the Justin Turner, and I'm just gonna be like and take my mask off.
That's funny.
All right. Have a good one, everybody.